Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back from the Optc video, and in today's video, we're taking the new Sugofest Nami and Carrot into some contents and doing a bit of a showcase video, guys, talking about what the character does, their kit, where they shine, what I think about this particular unit, and in the comment section below, let me know what you guys think of this unit too. If you enjoy the video, bell like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. But alongside the waifu celebration comes another Nami unit. Funny enough, we are getting a 6+ Nami Robin. We have Robin Koala, we have Black Maria Ulti, and now we have this Carrot and Nami unit. Nami's just been getting a lot of love lately, which is nice to see, but obviously, in my eyes, she's still got one of the best units in the game, so does hinder the unit already. But the leader ability does buff Dex, Int, and Cerebral characters, so more Cerebral support with the waifus. You get 2 turns of cooldown for your entire crew. You're a 5.75 times captain when you have a matching orb, and you have the ability to overheal. So a pretty stock standard captain ability. Nami is an Int unit, Carrot is a Dex unit, just running along the theme of the Cerebral Dex Int. Well, there's not really too much else to say about their captain ability. They're just a solid captain that is very built around the healing mechanic. They do have a heal at the end of turn, I believe, as well, in their captain ability for just sort of their standard end of turn. However, with their switch ability, they can also provide more end of turn healing. And the idea of this unit is you do want to be upwards of a large HP threshold, so that way you can actually get access to a lot of their chain multiplicative and chain boundary shenaniganry. They also give 1.2 times HP, and they make Int, Dex, and Recovery Orbs have matching slot effects. So, yeah, they heal 2 times their recovery at the end of turn. So, pretty nice stuff, getting a lot of healing. As you guys can see, we are sitting at a nice chunky 70,000 HP, and then 140,000 with Overheal. But, in my opinion, just the ability to give Overheal rather than have it built into the captain ability is a lot more valuable. However, with the switch ability, getting a lot of healing, with their their captain ability, getting a lot of healing as well, this particular unit does shine in that regard. On top of that, their switch ability also removes special bind, as well as giving themselves a recovery orb. It completely removes special bind themselves, gives themselves a recovery orb, heals 2,000 at the end of turn, as I mentioned earlier, and reduces 1 turn of enemy's defense up. On top of that, giving the enemy minus 15% resistance for Int and Dex characters. After 4 swaps, you can get their super swap. The healing goes up to 7,000. Defense up removal goes to 3 turns. And then the resistance turns to a 30% resistance for Int and Dex. So, very nice swap ability. But all in all, this unit is going to be a little bit nicer as a sailor moving forward, rather than a captain. But it is still a pretty strong captain ability nonetheless. It's a good captain ability, and that's basically the gist of it. It's just a good captain ability. It's not a great captain ability, and I do like that they are giving a lot of this Cerebral support, and they're sort of honing in on that. However, if you have Koala and Robin, if you have Ulti and Black Maria, you're probably just going to use them as a captain first. And hell, there's just way better captains for Cerebral, being stuff like Uta, being stuff like Treasure Map Crocodile. We even got the release of the new Crocodile and Doflamingo, who is a Cerebral booster as well, as you guys are seeing on this particular team. But all in all, I really like the cooldowns. I really like the healing. Like it's a nice captain ability. It can work really, really well with speed farming shenanigans. And when it comes to speed farming, any character that's going to give lots of cooldowns, like 2 turns at the start of the quest, is always going to be very nice in my eyes. However, the main upside to this unit is their special ability and what they can provide with that switch ability that we spoke about earlier. Their special is very valuable, as it can remove 7 turns of special bind. Sorry, 6 turns. 6 turns of special bind, as well as 6 turns and bind and burn. Now, the burn is kind of whatever, because you just have so much healing with this unit. However, removing bind is awesome, because bind is one of the most annoying debuffs in the game, and so is special bind. And the ability to just remove the special bind on themselves is very reminiscent of V2 VV Becker. This character gives me very V2 VV Becker vibes in that regard. However, they just give a different buff with their special instead of giving the attack and all buff to Cerebral characters. On top of the utility of removing 2 of the most annoying debuffs in the game and another very annoying debuff, they actually give you a 30,000 heal as well, which works perfectly in turn with what they're trying to do with their overheal shenaniganry and the chain boundary that you're about to understand in a second. However, they also give a full board of matching orbs that goes through block orbs, and I did find this to be a bit of a detriment, because if you switch with Nami and Carrot, and then you want to keep that recovery orb, but then use their special, it completely removes that. I feel like in the special ability, it should say something like rotates all orbs into matching, including block slots, unless they're recovery. So if you have recovery orbs, you can keep those recovery orbs. It would really help with stuff like hunger if you get some really high end hunger stuff. However, this unit does have that limit break ability to get around 3 turns of hunger when maxed out. They also have the reduced recoverable HP limit break ability, and they have pinch healing. Another thing I did find is a bit of an issue with this unit is they don't have the limit break ability to remove the heal bind or the recovery bind. I think that would have been probably a little bit of a nicer ability than something like the reduced recoverable HP. But all in all, it is what it is when they have that. Now, the idea about this unit is about healing. It's all about getting a particular heal, so that way you can get a bigger multiplier. But what do I mean when I actually say that? Well, their special ability, on top of giving the utility, the healing, and the orb manipulation, is also a chain boundary starting at 2.75, maxing at 40 times. If you've healed 0 or more HP above the maximum HP of your threshold. Now, this does work if you don't have overheal shenanigans. You don't have to get that HP as an overheal and then use the special then. You just have to have healed over that particular margin at some point before the special is launched. I do believe that's the way it works. Not that you have to be over that HP threshold. But let me know in the comment section below if I'm actually incorrect there. If you need to be like 50,000 over, so that way you need to have an overheal mechanic for this to be viable. But I guess we'll have to do some more testing and sort of figure that out. But if you guys have done the testing, like I said, let me know down below. But it starts at a 2.75 chain boundary, maxing at 40 times. However, if you've healed over the 20,000 HP, your chain boundary starts at 3.25. And if you've healed over 50,000 or more HP, you also get a chain multiplicative buff of 1.5 on top of that 3.25 chain boundary. That means with this one unit, you are starting at a 5 times chain multiplier, which is absolutely absurd. And the fact of the matter is you can just bring like chain booster on top of that. There's obviously some very good supports that can work in that regard. None really for Nami or Carrot per se, but it's very easy to just find a 0.5 chain boost or a 0.7 chain boost that's just going to work exceptionally well with this. And then if you have tap timing shenanigans as well, you can do some crazy stuff. But all in all, just with one unit, getting a full board of orbs, getting some utility, and starting the chain at a 5 times chain multiplier, like, it's kind of crazy what you can do with that amount of damage output with the chain. But Cerebral's getting more support. Waifu's getting more love. We do love to see a bit of waifu bazonga badonga. You know the vibes. But I think this unit, as a sailor, is going to shine exceptionally well. As you can see against Durfy 2, we've been using their super swap ability to just remove that defense up, and it just works like an absolute treat. Their special bind is great in most content. Bind removal is going to be handy in most content. And on top of being Cerebral, they're actually free spirit as well, which means that they can see play on one of the best teams in the entire game, and they can be that chain boundary unit underneath something like Super Tandem Luffy to be that Nami unit as well. But let me know your thoughts and opinions of the unit in the comment section below while you're down there. But the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff for me. Most importantly, though, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Let's